Everyone knows about Great Zimbabwe. Almost nobody knows that South Africa, just across the border, is covered in stone ruins. Thousands of them. Whole abandoned cities built without mortar, entire landscapes carved into circles and walls and roads, some of them holding kingdoms that traded gold with the other side of the world. For a long time, the official story was that none of this could have been built by the people who actually lived here. That story was wrong. What the real answer turns out to be is stranger, and in some cases we still cannot fully explain it. In the 10th place, Klippriviersberg and Zwijkebosrand prove that South Africa's dry stone story begins in plain sight on the hills south of Johannesburg. Hidden within nature reserves and along suburban edges, these circular stone enclosures linked by connecting walls are easily missed. Rather than being isolated mysteries built by an imagined lost race, archaeology confirms they are ancestral homesteads and livestock pens. Built over the last several centuries by Sotho-Tswana communities, these extensive remains establish that complex, pre-colonial African settlements thrived right on the doorstep of the nation's largest modern city. Number 9 is Ntswana-Tsatsi, a flat-topped hill near Vrede in the Free State. This site shifts our focus from simple visibility to rich ancestral meaning, tying South Africa's stone ruins directly to living oral history. For the Bafokeng and wider Sotho communities, this sacred hill represents their legendary place of origin. On the surrounding plains, clusters of circular stone-walled ruins form part of a massive Highveld settlement belt. While aerial surveys only recently mapped these extensive networks at scale, the ancient stone walls and the living memories of the people coexist here, joining documented archaeology with ancestral tradition. 8th place. Molokwane in the Northwest Province marks a major shift from loose walls to a fully realized stone town. Associated with the Bakwena, this massive pre-colonial Tswana settlement accommodated several thousand residents within a highly organized layout. Instead of scattered homesteads, the stone ruins reveal coordinated family units, central livestock buyers, and dedicated public meeting spaces. Archaeological evidence shows this sprawling center remained vibrant and occupied well into the early 1800s, just before the disruptions of the Difficaan Wars. The sheer coordination of these stone foundations provides clear, physical proof of sophisticated pre-colonial urban planning in southern Africa. Number 7 on our list is Marothodhi, a Tlokwa stone-walled town in the Northwest Province occupied during the early 19th century. This site expands our understanding of pre-colonial life by adding industry to the story. Inside the settlement, dry stone walls enclose active metalworking quarters instead of simple livestock pens. Archaeologists found clear evidence of copper and iron smelting directly within these residential areas. Excavated furnace remains and heavy slag deposits prove that Marothodhi functioned as a productive manufacturing center. Local craft specialists smelted ores to supply regional trade networks, establishing these stone towns as busy hubs of production rather than quiet agrarian villages. Number 6 is Kadicwene, the ancient capital of the Bahuruche people in the Northwest Province. This massive settlement represents a major shift in scale, stretching across hills with kilometers of complex dry stone walling. Instead of a loose scatter of huts, builders organized the town into defined residential wards. In 1820, European travelers estimated the population here at roughly 16,000 residents, making it comparable in size to Cape Town at the same time. The town flourished as a major center for iron and copper production before its abandonment during the 19th century Difficaan Wars. Yet, despite its immense scale and historical significance, Kadicwene remained largely absent from popular history books for generations. In the 5th place, the ruins of Dizata stand in the Njelele Valley of Limpopo. This site served as the royal capital of the Venda Kingdom, constructed with dry stone walling that resembles the wider Southern African building tradition. Occupied during the 17th and 18th centuries, Zata connects directly to living cultural memory before the kingdom fragmented. The stone structures tie closely to Venda oral history and the sacred geography of Lake Fundutsi and the Zoutpansberg Mountains. Today, traditional chiefs protect the ruins, maintaining strict protocols over who may enter these sacred grounds, proving that Zata remains a living ancestral sanctuary instead of a forgotten historical relic. In the fourth place, Thulamela rises from the northern hills of the Kruger National Park. Archaeologists carefully reconstructed the stone-walled hilltop settlement using direct excavation evidence. Occupied between the 13th and 17th centuries, the site served as a major political center linked to the Mapungubwe and Great Zimbabwe traditions. Excavations of high-status graves uncovered gold ornaments, confirming the residents were skilled metal workers. These ruling elites traded local gold and ivory across vast regional networks, receiving imported glass beads from the Indian Ocean in return. Thulamela stands as clear physical proof of a wealthy, complex pre-colonial African kingdom thriving inside this protected wilderness. In the third place, the Bokoni ruins of the Mpumalanga escarpment transform isolated stone structures into an entire engineered system. Spreading across Machadodorp, Carolina, and Lydenburg, this massive pre-colonial stone network spans hundreds of square kilometers. Rather than scattered homesteads, the ruins reveal a coordinated plan of circular stone dwellings, terraced fields, and walled roads that connected these distant settlements. Built by Koni communities and occupied from the 15th century into the early 19th century, the complex supported a prosperous farming and metalworking society. When regional conflicts forced its abandonment in the 1800s, this vast architectural layout became fossilized across the hills. Today, satellite mapping and aerial surveys reveal the true, staggering scale of this ancient agricultural grid, proving that pre-colonial African societies reshaped entire mountain ranges to build a highly organized and sustainable network. In second place, Mapungubwe stands at the confluence of the Limpopo and Shashe rivers. Flourishing between 1220 and 1290, this first known southern African kingdom represents the earliest local state with defined class division. Stone walling built on and around a steep sandstone hill marked a clear social hierarchy, separating the elite rulers living on the hilltop from the general population below. In 1934, archaeologists excavating these royal hilltop graves recovered a famous gold foil rhinoceros, gold nails, and other high-status objects dating to the 13th century. These elites controlled an extensive trade network that linked the African interior to the Indian Ocean, exchanging local gold and ivory for imported glass beads from India and Egypt and fine Chinese ceramics. During the apartheid era, state authorities deliberately downplayed and suppressed these discoveries because a wealthy, complex, pre-colonial African civilization directly contradicted racist political claims, a distortion that modern heritage efforts continue to correct. And finally, in first place, Adam's calendar sits on the edge of the Mpumalanga escarpment near Kaapsehoop. This circular arrangement of standing dolerite stones, also known as the Blaauwboskraal ruins, is often surrounded by wild claims. Promoters suggest it is an astronomical calendar dating back 75,000 years or even older. Mainstream archaeology does not accept these extreme ages, and no peer-reviewed dating supports them. The circle of dolomite blocks, which spans roughly 30 meters in diameter, is not the work of a lost civilization. Instead, scientific research places these monoliths firmly within the agricultural networks built by the Koni ancestors of living communities between the 16th and 19th centuries. This site was declared a provincial heritage site in 1975, linking it to the broader Bokoni farming tradition. The real achievement is not a fictional calendar, but the sprawling stone-walled farming system that surrounds it, revealing how pre-colonial societies reshaped entire hills. These ruins prove that South Africa's pre-colonial history needs no exaggeration to be spectacular. Which of these ruins would you most want to see restored and opened? Subscribe to our channel for more archaeology videos. Across these 10 sites, a profound truth emerges. These monumental walls belong to no lost race. They represent the architectural genius of living African ancestors, defying centuries of colonial erasure. Which of these ruins would you most want to see restored and opened? Subscribe for more historical documentaries.